Hello, everybody. It is way too hot to be on camera in front of a window facing the sun. And I'm not going to read this news story. It's an old story. I want to just talk about the topic because it's affecting YouTube. It's at least the more politically active portion of YouTube. I wanted to only read I'll read two paragraphs from this story. Candid, developed by a pair of former Google project leads, the company has developed a natural language processing system that analyzes every piece of posted content and flags inflammatory items for removal. Things like hate speech, threats, and slander. Off-topic posts are moved to more appropriate sections. I'm sure that they'll handle that perfectly. So you won't have to dig through political discussions to read about NASA's mission to Mars. Oh, good. There's nothing political about a government program, so it's nice to know. Candid, the app, is available free on both iOS and Android. Similar to Yik Yak's location-based function, each Candid user will see personalized feed of post and content based on their, quote, education, employment, interests, and neighborhood, end quote, according to the company's press release. So this is literally the opposite of free speech. This is a highly curated environment. And it's curated automatically. You don't even get... It's going to be hard to even find the things that you don't already agree with. You can tell with this strategy. But I just wanted to talk about what they're doing. They're being dishonest. They're being completely dishonest. Now, Candid's official, what is it, their slogan or whatever, is speak freely. It doesn't say free speech. And the reason they want you to speak freely is so you can make their algorithm more robust by feeding it more information. So they're being dishonest. And in my opinion, through their use of, I think, and these are people I don't necessarily agree with politically, Shoe on Head or Amazing Atheist and Mundane Matt, I think, and probably a few others I don't know what they were told, but they kept calling it free speech app, free speech app. This has nothing to do with free speech. They want you to speak freely so they can exploit you, but they're not going to it's not a free speech environment. They want you to, in an uncensored fashion, express yourself so that this algorithm can get better at detecting people like you, and they can remove people like you more effectively in the future. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that, like, you got to understand that if you have a nationalist or a nativist politics, no one cares. No one cares about you except the other people who share your nativist politics. You're small. You're usually bad PR. You don't spend more money on average than any other group of people. It's not like you're like super wealthy or anything like that. And you're also a public relations liability. All of this amounts to that group of people not being very valuable. Now, Candid is a business. Businesses are about making transactions. If you're not buying anything, i.e. you're not giving any money to the business, and you're not selling anything, you're not getting any money from the business, then guess what, Johnny? You're the product. And they're using this group of people to make their algorithm more robust. They're targeting people that they consider problematic. They don't care about discrediting the leaders of this movement by falsely, claiming that their service is something that it's not and getting these people to endorse the service. They're deliberately exploiting these people because they feel like they have the audience that they want to be able to filter out. And if they can get those people to come in early, they can get, first of all, they can get all the trolls banned quickly, all their phone numbers, right? Because there's no such thing as an anonymous mobile app that is connected to the internet. If the company's connected to your mobile device, you're not anonymous. And unless you want to get a whole new phone or a new SIM card or whatever, I don't know what data they're taking, they're not going to let you back on. They're just using you. They want you to come in and they want you to post bad memes and they want you to say things that they deem problematic so that their problematic app, their problematic verbal detection app can work more effectively. It's all about the algorithm. It's all about building, nursing, and feeding data into the algorithm. And I'll just say, I feel bad for the people who I don't agree with who were tricked into losing credibility to some degree, especially if they don't turn back on this immediately, because they were being used, and they were being used for their audiences. And if you don't like this company's politics, because she's a left-wing person, and if you listen to what was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember that guy's name, but Harmful Opinions. Harmful Opinions. If you listen to Harmful Opinions, he has a clip of this woman talking. Her politics are on the table, and they're they're not consistent with alt-right politics. This is the kind of person that absolutely hates the alt-right and everything they represent, and she says so explicitly. And it's just like Larry Page. I hear people complaining about this new YouTube vote campaign and how it only has left-wing people and no right-wing people are voiced. Well, guess what? YouTube's owned by Google. Google's owned by Alphabet. Alphabet's run by Larry Page. And I believe Larry Page is a Hillary Clinton supporter. So you should not expect any promotion of anything that's going to violate his politics. And you should expect everything on YouTube's website to be consistent with the fact that he doesn't want your politics on his website. Why is he even letting you on the website? Well, for the reason that you should be leaving it. There are websites that are specifically catered to your politics that you could be supporting and helping, instead of driving audience to a man that you say that you don't like and to politics that you say you don't support. You might as well write a $10 check to George Soros every month as to drive audience to YouTube and put money in Larry Page's pocket so he can have more political influence that you don't like. So you just got to decide at some point what you're doing, why you're doing it, and if it makes sense to participate with people who hate you. That's all I'll have to say. I don't support alt-right politics. I'm pretty sure my existence is inconsistent with alt-right politics. However, I think everybody should at least have their heads straight and know what's going on. This company is using you. They're using you to make their algorithm more robust, and I don't see how that helps you. And I don't know why you would participate in it. I don't think you will participate in Candid. But I still think this argument holds for YouTube itself. So that's weird. But anyway, thoughts below, please. I know someone has comments. Like if you like my commentaries more than you like my news. Or whatever, you just like it. And sub whenever you want to, if you do that kind of thing. And I'll talk to you guys later.